The Power Cut Picnic, a Better Dreamers original story. Hello, little dreamers. Some days are noisy. Fans humming, appliances buzzing, TVs talking, phones chiming. But sometimes the world presses pause for us, just long enough to remind us how nice it is to listen to each other. Tonight, in our favorite yellow house, something like that is about to happen. Not a storm, not a celebration, just a simple power cut, and a family that knows how to turn it into a memory. Let's go inside. It was a warm evening. Mom sat at the dining table helping Anya label her school notebooks. "Write clearly," she said gently, "so we can read it later." Dad looked up from the couch, holding his newspaper. "I'll have you know, my handwriting has character." Grandma sat in her corner chair, knitting steadily. On the floor, Ari stacked wooden blocks into a tall, wobbly tower, while Milo, the orange cat, watched closely, as if waiting for it to fall. And then, click. The fan slowed. The refrigerator fell silent. The lights went out. Everything stopped. Dad lowered his paper. "Well, looks like the city has entered night mode." Anya groaned. "No, I was about to watch something." Ari waved his hands in front of his face. "Grandma, I can't see my tower." Mom glanced around calmly. "Looks like a power cut. Let's give it a moment." Grandma chuckled. "Good. The house was getting a little too loud anyway." Everyone laughed. Even in the dark, the house felt bright. "All right," Dad announced, standing up importantly. "Time to find a flashlight." He opened a drawer near the TV. Nothing. He opened another near the door. Still nothing. Then he opened the fridge. Mom said patiently, "The flashlight does not live in the refrigerator." "I was checking," Dad muttered, "just in case." Anya switched on her tiny desk lamp, the one shaped like a star. A small circle of light appeared on the table. "I found socks, batteries, and one of Dad's old receipts," she reported. But no flashlight. Ari rolled Milo's glow-in-the-dark toy ball across the floor. It lit up blue. "Look," Ari said proudly. "Magic light!" Dad laughed. "At this point, we'll take anything." Grandma stood up and reached into a high cupboard. From a small box, she took out a few candles and a lighter. "Old ways," she said with a smile. "Still work." One by one, the candles flickered to life. Soft orange light filled the room. "Ooh," Ari whispered. "Our house looks like it's dreaming." For a moment, no one spoke. No TV, no fan, no phone sounds. Anya sighed. "So, what do we do now?" Dad put on a serious voice. "We could talk to each other." Anya groaned. "That's ancient." Grandma laughed. "Ancient people had the best fun. We talked, sang, told stories, and ate together." Mom looked at the candlelight, then at everyone gathered around. "All right," she said suddenly. "Let's make it fun." "How?" Ari asked. "We'll have a picnic." "In the dark?" Anya asked. "In the living room," Mom replied. "We don't need a park, just a blanket, some food, and all of us." Ari clapped. "Indoor picnic!" Dad pointed dramatically. "Operation Candle Picnic begins." Grandma smiled. "I like these operations your family runs." They spread a large blanket on the living room floor. The candles were placed safely around them, flickering like tiny suns. Mom returned from the kitchen with simple snacks: fruit slices, sandwiches, crackers, and a thermos of warm drinks. "This is picnic food," she said. "Simple and perfect." Milo arrived immediately. "Meow." Dad cleared his throat and pretended to speak on the radio. "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first ever candlelight picnic in this house. Tonight's menu: surprise snacks and food made with love." They sat close together, passing plates and laughing quietly. After a while, Grandma spoke softly. "When I was a little girl," she said, "we had power cuts all the time." "Really?" Anya asked. Grandma nodded. "No screens, no distractions. So we sat together like this. Those are the nights I remember most." Mum smiled. "Maybe that's why you're so good at making everything feel cozy." Grandma shrugged. "Sometimes darkness reminds us how bright company can be." Anya leaned against Mum. "This is really nice." Ari asked, mouth full, "Can we have another power cut tomorrow?" Dad laughed. "Let's not give anyone ideas." After eating, Dad clapped his hands. "All right, picnic people, time for games." "Yay!" Ari cheered. "Let's play Guess the Sound," Mom suggested. Grandma shook her knitting needles gently. Click, click. "Grandma!" Ari guessed instantly. Dad took a loud sip of his drink. "Dad!" everyone shouted. "Excellent hearing," Dad said proudly. Then Mom said, "One more game, shadow stories." She held her hands up to the candlelight. A small bird appeared on the wall. Anya made a butterfly. Dad made a very round dog. Ari tried to make a snake, but it looked more like a wiggly noodle. Everyone clapped anyway. Dad's shadow elephant chased Anya's butterfly across the wall. "Run!" Ari shouted. Milo jumped away from the shadows and plopped onto the blanket. Everyone burst out laughing. Anya looked around. The candlelight, the shadows, her family. "This is actually better than TV," she said. Grandma nodded. "The best shows are always at home." Suddenly, bzzz, the fan spun back to life. The lights blinked on. Everyone squinted. "Too bright," Dad complained. "I liked our candle world." Mom laughed. "You were the first one complaining earlier." "I've changed," Dad said dramatically. "I'm a candlelight person now." They didn't rush to stand up. They stayed on the floor, still wrapped in the picnic moment. Ari yawned and leaned against Grandma. "Next time also picnic?" Grandma smiled, stroking his hair. "Next time too." Milo curled up nearby, purring. The lights were back, but the coziness stayed. And that, dear dreamers, was the Power Cut Picnic. Sometimes, when the lights go out, we think the fun is over. But maybe that's when it really begins. Because screens can glow, but hearts can glow too. Especially when families sit close, share simple food, laugh at silly shadows, and listen to candles dance. So the next time the lights go out, don't worry. Maybe it's just your home asking for a little together time. If you enjoyed tonight's tale, don't forget to share the story with your friends and subscribe to our magical podcast. Until next time, goodbye.